This is the car that nearly didn't happen at all. Designed and unveiled by Saab before the brand was dropped by financially troubled parent company General Motors, this car's classic badge was finally rescued from the brink of extinction by the Dutch supercar maker Spyker. So, has the battle to get the traumatically conceived new 9.5 to market been worth the wait? Well, it must be good, because Saab is aiming it right at the premium saloon car market, which puts it up against the likes of BMW's 5 Series, Audi's A6 and Merc's E-Class. And you know what? The Saab is already off to a good start because it is pretty reasonably priced. The range starts at just under £26,500 for the 2-litre diesel, which is over £1,000 cheaper than the lesser powered Merc. The Saab looks rather grand too, with its low planted elegant stance, wraparound screen, dark disguised pillars and two-tone mirrors. There are 3 petrol engines on offer, and in keeping with Saab tradition, all come with turbochargers. Then there is the 2-litre diesel with either a single turbo, as we've got here, or a twin turbo if you fancy 30 brake horsepower more. The most powerful 2.8-litre V6 has cross-wheel drive, Saab's 4x4 system, which splits torque between the 2 axles as well as between the wheels. Most variants also come with the option of a sportier suspension package with different driving modes. This entry-level model has 158 brake horsepower, but to be honest with you, it feels a little bit sluggish, particularly when the revs just hover over the tick-over mark. So you do need to give it a bit of welly to pull away briskly and cleanly. And once the turbo is awake, it's best to keep it active to maintain momentum, or else you'll find yourself hunting around for a lower gear. On the move, though, you can barely notice the rattle of the diesel engine, so that helps add to the premium feel. Inside, there's a decent amount of room, with a boot that's the same size as a 5 Series. The dash is big and bold, but is not as beautifully finished as an Audi interior, and some of the details on the dials and the £500 optional head-up display look like they were drawn on an Etch-a-Sketch. Underneath me is Vauxhall's insignia front-wheel drive chassis, but it is longer by 100mm, and most of that space goes towards some extra rear legroom. The handling is good, with very little body roll as you pitch it round the corners, and the steering has more weight and more feel to it than with the Vauxhall, and that's thanks to Saab's input. But every time you change gear, the shape of the lever and the action of it remind you of its GM roots, and that takes away from its premium quality. Overall, the 9.5 is an accomplished car, but the talented German saloons still dominate the segment. This Swedish-built, Dutch-owned Saab is the interesting outsider and the one to choose if you want to be a bit different. But it's not quite good enough to be a true premium car, or cheap enough to be a bargain. For that, I'd save yourselves £8 grand and go and buy a Skoda Superb.